Hey guys, so today I went to buy some. Well, I went to a seafood market that's nearby where we live, and I intended to buy snow crab legs. So, you guys know I've been craving snow crabs so much. But when I go and look into the stores, they're so freaking expensive. I swear, like when I was in Hawaii, snow crab was not $25.99 a pound. So I go over to the seafood store. That's walkable distance from where we live, and I asked to see their snow crab. Snow crab's $25.99 a pound, and you guys know, like I want to buy 2 pounds of that, but I don't feel like buying $50 worth of seafood just having 2 pounds. So I look and see what else they have, and they have mussels, they have clams, and the clams was $8 a dozen. The mussels were $3.50 a pound. Now I had never bought mussels and clams from a seafood place before because normally I'm a crab person. So the crab that I buy, the snow crab that I buy, is already frozen. So they package it up, they put it in a bag that it's originally on the ice, and they tell me, they say, oh, make sure you don't close the bag because right now the clams and the mussels are breathing. And I'm like, what? And they tell me it's live, and I'm just like mind blown because in Hawaii, when I see clams, I guess they're already dead. They're already in the saran wrap. So it didn't dawn on me that, I know this is going to sound incredibly stupid, but it did not dawn on me that the clams and the mussels that I bought was alive. Hold on, I'm gonna take down my. I'm gonna have to open up my mussels or see how they're looking today. Oh, they're open! Yay! Okay. So, hold on, I'm in the middle of cooking. Oh, wow. Okay, great. So if the tops are open, that means the bottom ones are open, and I'm gonna wait for it to cool a little. So mussels only $3.50 a pound. Shocking. You get quite a bit for that. I did inspect them. I went on YouTube, tried to see, okay, how do I check what a mussel is good or not? So you don't want to eat them when they're dead. You want to make sure that when you see. Hold on. Let me do this. Okay. So when they're cooked, they're open, right? But when you buy them, they're already nice and closed. So when you get them, make sure they're closed, or if they do look slightly open, tap them against either like the counter or each other and see if they close. If they don't close, throw them away because I hear you can get some really bad food poisoning from that. So I just wanted to show you guys this really quickly. It's super easy to make. Basically, all I did is I just rinsed them underneath the water, made sure there was nothing sticking to them. I brushed them a bit. I do know some people, they soak them in the water for a bit, but I didn't do that. I boiled some, I got a pot out, grabbed some butter, put some Italian seasoning, just butter, Italian seasoning, and a little bit of red wine, and steamed them in that. I threw them in for about 5 minutes, and that's it. And after I just took the cover off, they're open. Afterwards, I'll remove the steamer and then toss them in the red wine and butter mixture. I wish I had white wine, but I only have red wine over here because I use the red wine for beef stew. So let me show you guys this really quick. And yeah, so whenever you go to a restaurant, you guys see like clams and mussels. You know how expensive that stuff is. I had no idea this stuff was $3.50 a pound. I like it because it's eating the whole thing. So you eat the organ, you eat everything in there. It's just like one whole piece. I feel that there's more nutrition in there. And when I was seeing this, they say that it's very sustainable. So look at this. So they grow on the rocks, and then because look at this, mussels are so tightly packed and tightly grown that any bycatch is minimal, nor is there any damage to the mussel beds. And let me say that. See? So they also clean the ocean as well. So I'm a big fan of eating oysters. I'm a big fan of eating clams. I try to stay away from eating farmed salmon. You guys, and I very rarely eat shrimp. Like I don't buy shrimp. It's not that I hate shrimp, but I just kind of feel like I don't really like buying too much farm stuff. The sardines that I do buy, I buy canned sardines. I buy wild caught ones. The ones that I buy is the King Oscar one. But yeah, so bivalves clean the ocean, and then it's good for the ocean, right? So then they also remove like toxins and things like that. And let's see over here. See, so they're low on the food chain. And yeah, mussels are cheaper than clams. So the clams I bought was $8 a dozen. What does that come out to be? Like 80 cents each? And then each mussel, I don't know how many mussels. I think I got like 15 mussels or so in there. And I'm going to be eating the whole thing in for lunch. So my lunch will be cauliflower rice, mussels, cooked in red wine sauce, red wine and butter and Italian seasoning. It's like less than $5 for my lunch. But I feel so luxurious eating these $3.50 mussel. So yeah, they have like a lot of they have a lot of omega-3s. Look at that. So they are on par with salmon, and a single serving of this stuff, 3-ounce servings, has 20 grams of protein, 19% of the recommended dose of vitamin C, and 340% of B12. Wow, that's so much B12. And if in case you guys are not familiar, like B12 is one of those things that vegetarians and vegans have to supplement because B12 is in animal products, and it just blew my mind. Like 3 ounces of mussels. I guess that's just the meat itself. It's not the shell, right? Because the shell takes up a lot of weight. But yeah, that's a lot of stuff. So I feel like mussels are easy to make. They're cheap at $3.50 a pound, and if you have 10 minutes, you can prepare the whole thing from start to finish. All you need is a pot, right? A pot, and a strainer that can fit into the pot, and just lop out a chunk of butter. I do something like if you get the whole stick of Kerrygold, I do something like 3/4 of an inch or 1 inch of butter. Add red wine so it looks like there's at least half an inch of liquid in there. Boil it. All right, get it to the boiling. Put the mussels in. Put the lid in. So when you put the mussels in, there's a lot of steam coming out, right? Put the mussels in. Time it for 5 minutes. You guys can look at like 5-minute timer on your computer. And when it goes off, open it. And if they're all open, then you can remove the strainer. And then remove the strainer so they drop into the butter red wine mixture. And then just get a spoon and toss it in there, and yeah, it's a super freaking quick meal. Like I said, I've never made clams, I've never made mussels before, but I wanted to share it with you guys because it's just great. It really is great. Let me see. And that is my quick little stream. Actually, you know what? I never even tasted my mussel. I never tasted these mussels. Let me see how they taste like. Oh, they look so great. Hold on, let me take a picture. I'm gonna put it in my community post. One moment. Yeah, these look beautiful. Let's see, camera. Such a noob, I know. Okay, so I got that. And cooler. Dump this in. So I just removed the little metal strainer out. I have the steamer, my bad. The steamer. So I got one of those like flower petal looking ones. And then I'm going to just toss them in the butter mixture. I mean, it's just stirring them inside of the pot. So the mussel-y juice that opened up from there, it's already inside of the butter and it's inside of the red wine. And I'm just mixing it up. Oh, there's a lot of juice. I love this. Okay, so here's one. And, man, this mussel meat is kind of small, actually. For such a big shell, it's kind of small. Okay, let me see. Dip it in. I wish I had bread. I know I'm going gluten-free, but frick, I wish I had bread. Let me try this. Oh, this is so good. Oh, my gosh. I wish I could share this with you guys. So I don't have garlic on me, but it is so good. Wow, this is really good. Okay, so yeah, it's really good. So there is my very unprofessional recipe. So put like about, let me see. And don't put salt. You don't need to add any more salt because I heard some people, they don't add salt to their to the mussels because they have salt. I have salted Kerrygold butter. I used about, let me measure it out for you guys actually. Yeah, I used about 1 inch, like 3/4 of an inch of that 8-ounce block of butter. So 3/4 inch block of butter. Toss that in the pot. Put in about, I'd say, 3/4 of a cup of red wine sauce in there. However, you know, so you get at least like 1/2 inch of liquid in there. I'd say like, yeah, closer, like 1/2 inch is good. Because you're only going to be steaming it for about 5 minutes with the cover on, right? It doesn't evaporate that much. So you put in red wine, so it's about 1/2 inch of liquid. Put the steamer in there. And let me show you what kind of steamer I use. Steamer basket. I use this one. So see this? It kind of looks like a flower. See? So it can close up and then it opens up like this. So it's a veggie steamer. So I put this, so when it, I put this in, so yeah, so I have it boiling. So I boil, okay, my bad. Okay, so I boil the butter, I boil in the white wine, and I put like a whole bunch of Italian seasoning. If you want to put garlic, you can put garlic in, but I don't have garlic, like I said. So Italian seasoning, you can also put like rosemary in there if you want. And then I drop this strainer inside. It's like you can grab the top. You see that little loop so you don't burn your fingers, right? And then you have it open, and then you dump the mussels in there. Put the lid on the pot. Have the heat, you know how before it was boiling, right? Have it on like a medium heat. Keep it there for 5 minutes. Put a timer on it, a 5-minute timer. You guys can look, if you type in like 5-minute timer, look at this. 5-minute timer, Google it, you see? So you can start it, see? See, it's already starting? This is what I use a lot. I mean, I use 5-minute timers quite a bit that I actually have a bookmark on it. So, yeah, you just have to type in 5-minute timer and then do your thing. And then once you hear the beep, 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 go and turn off the heat. You can wait a few minutes. Then you remove that little basket. Remember the basket that the mussels were sitting on? Remove this basket and then get a spoon and just toss the mussels inside of the butter, red wine, Italian seasoning mixture. It is so tasty, you guys. It is really good. I don't think I'd be, yeah, it's so freaking good. And it's healthy for you too. I know some people would say like, oh, Eric, all that butter and all that wine and things like that. Again, you guys know I don't stray away from a high fat diet. I have no problem eating butter. And I'm going to, I wish I had bread so I can dip the bread in that nice buttery, mussely, flavory Italian season. Oh, it's so good. Oh, I want bread or I want pasta right now, but all I have is cauliflower rice. So if you guys are not on a gluten-free diet, highly recommend getting a nice baguette and just, yeah, it is so good. It's really, really good. So I think I'm going to be just like this author. They say they eat this every week or they eat this every Sunday. I think that I'm going to be doing the same thing as well. Yeah, it's like a little treat. I feel like it's like a little bit of luxury. And it's less than $5 a meal because, yeah, I bought 1 pound of oysters for $3.50. And then that butter that I used was probably, I don't know, how much is it? I know each block of Kerrygold is about $3.50, and I used about 1/6 of it. 1/6 of it, so 50 cents, right? Let's just say about 50, 60 cents. Let's just say 60 cents. So $4.10, excluding the 10 cents worth of Italian seasoning I used, and then the heat cost I used for boiling the butter. Garlic, the butter Italian seasoning mixture. Yeah, so less than $5, and if you want to make a meal to impress yourself, then, and I definitely impress myself, think about making some nice little steamed mussel thing. I think red wine tastes good. I would definitely get white wine in the future, but like I said, I already had red wine in the future. I already had red wine on hand, so that's why I used it. So I will talk to you guys later. I'm gonna eat my cauliflower rice, and I'm gonna pretend that that is bread, even though it is not bread. And yeah, this is so tasty, so tasty. Okay, you guys. Talk to you later. See ya.